नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया. A very good morning to you all. Myself, JVN Dr. Ravi Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Practice of Medicine and Faculty of Homeopathic Science at Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In today's lecture, we are going to start with leukemia and we are going to discuss about acute leukemia. Leukemia, what is leukemia? In this lecture, we are going to learn what is leukemia, what is the pathophysiology that is involved, what are the clinical features, the various investigations that could be done, and the management part of acute leukemia. So let's start with leukemia. Leukemias, what are leukemias? Leukemias are basically the malignant disorders. Malignant means cancerous, malignant disorders of the hemopoietic system, stem cells, compartment that are characteristically associated with increased number of white cells in the bone marrow and the peripheral blood film. So what are leukemias? Leukemias are basically the malignant disorders of the hemopoietic stem cells and that is associated with increased number of white cells in the bone marrow and peripheral blood. In leukemia, the bone marrow produces abnormal white cells and when it does not function properly. So there is excessive production of WBCs by the bone marrow. Now, what is the etiology? The etiology and the epidemiology of leukemia. So, leukemia basically affects all type of population in which males are affected more than the females. The ratio varies according to the type of leukemia that we are going to discuss one by one. The etiology. The exact cause of leukemia is unknown in majority of the patients. But there are certain factors that are associated with leukemia. Certain factors that are associated with leukemia includes number 1, ionizing radiations, cytotoxin drugs, retroviruses, genetic factors and immunological factors. So certain factors that are associated includes ionizing radiation, cytotoxin drugs, retroviruses, genetic factors and immunological factors. Now, what are the clinical features? What are the symptoms with which the patient can come to you with leukemia? The symptoms of the leukemia may vary and it depends upon the type of leukemia. The common symptoms includes fevers or chills. There is persistent fatigue and weaknesses, frequent or severe infections. Next is losing weight without trying, swollen lymph nodes with enlarged liver and spleen, and easy bleeding and bruising. So, I will again repeat the symptoms of leukemia. The symptoms of leukemia includes fevers and chills. Next is persistent fatigue and weaknesses. Losing weight without trying means the patient is losing weight without even trying to lose the weight. Swollen lymph nodes with enlarged liver and spleen. And next is easy bleeding or bruising. There is recurrent nosebleed, tiny spots, red spots on the skin that is known as petechial hemorrhages, excessive sweating especially at night, and bone pain or tenderness. I will again repeat the symptoms. The common symptoms includes fever and chill, persistent fatigue with weakness, frequent or severe infections, losing weight without even trying, lymph nodes, swollen lymph nodes, enlarged liver or spleen, and easy bleeding or bruising. Other symptoms includes recurrent nosebleed, tiny blood spot on the skin that are known as petechial hemorrhages, excessive sweating especially at night, we have bone pains and tenderness. Now the classification of leukemia. Leukemia can be classified into two varieties, that is acute leukemia and the chronic leukemia. So we have two types of leukemia based on the symptoms or the duration of the symptoms. We have acute leukemia and the second one is the chronic leukemia. The classification is further, the acute and chronic are further classified into following varieties. The acute can be classified into acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and the second is acute myeloid leukemia. First is acute lymphoblastic leukemia and the second is acute myeloid leukemia. The second one is chronic. Chronic is chronic lymphocytic leukemia and chronic myeloid leukemia. So we have acute lymphoblastic leukemia, acute myeloid leukemia. Next we have chronic lymphocytic leukemia and chronic myeloid leukemia. Now the classification. Now we are going to discuss the leukemia one by one. The first one is the acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia or the ALL. This is the most common variety of the leukemia in the young children. So acute lymphoblastic leukemia or ALL is found mostly in the children, young children. In this, the blast cell arises from the committed lymphoid cell line. So from where the blast cells are arising? They are arising from the committed lymphoid cell line. Acute myeloid leukemia or AML is common type of leukemia in adults. So ALL is more common in young children, whereas AML or acute myeloid leukemia is more common in the leukemia in adults. The precursor cells involve malignant process. They have normally matured into RBCs, granulocytes or the platelets. So the precursor cells involved in malignant processes would have become RBCs, granulocyte or platelet, but now they have become WBCs. Next variety that we are going to discuss now is the chronic lymphocytic leukemia, or this is also known as CLL. With CLL, it is most common in chronic adult leukemia, and you may feel well for years without needing the treatment. Next we have chronic myeloid leukemia or the CML. This type of leukemia mainly affect the adults. The person with CML may have a few or no symptoms for months or years before entering the phase in which the leukemia cells grow more quickly. The other type of leukemia, the rare types of leukemia exist. They include hairy cell leukemia, myelodysplastic syndrome and myeloproliferative syndromes. So this is all about the classification of leukemia. I have discussed about acute lymphoblastic leukemia, acute myeloid leukemia. Next we have chronic lymphocytic leukemia, then chronic myeloid leukemia and the other varieties. Now let's discuss about acute leukemia. In today's lecture we are going to discuss everything about acute leukemia. Till now we have discussed about the classification and different varieties of leukemia. Now we are going to discuss about the acute leukemia in today's lecture. Acute leukemia, it is the proliferation of the cells which do not mature lead to an accumulation of useless cells. So the cells which do not mature leads to the accumulation of useless cells which take more and more marrow space at the expense of normal hematopoietic element. Acute myeloid leukemia is about 4 times more common than acute lymphoblastic leukemia in adults. In children, the proportion is reversed. So acute myeloid leukemia is more common than acute lymphoblastic leukemia in adults. In children, the proportion is reversed and lymphoblastic variety being more common. Now, what is the etiology? The exact etiology of acute leukemia is unknown. The etiology includes different type of radiations which includes nuclear disaster or radiotherapy, etc. There are various chemicals and drugs which includes chronic benzene exposure, use of cytotoxic and immunosuppressive drugs, genetic disorders like Down syndrome or Klinefelter syndrome, etc. Certain viruses which includes human lymphocyte virus type 1. Now we come to the clinical features of acute leukemia. What are the clinical features? What are the different signs and symptoms with which the patient of acute leukemia will come to us? The common signs and symptoms will result from the bone marrow failure or organ infiltration with abrupt or insidious onset. Anemia symptoms includes tiredness, weakness, fatigability, and marked pallor. So the common symptoms that we are going to see in the patient of acute leukemia results from bone marrow failure or organ infiltration. The symptoms can be abrupt or it can be insidious, that is slow and steady. Anemia symptoms includes tiredness, weakness, fatigability with marked pallor. So we have tiredness, weakness, fatigability, and marked pallor. There are various hemorrhagic manifestations which includes skin petechiae, bruises, bleeding from the gums and nose, etc. So we have skin, we have petechial hemorrhages, bruises, bleedings from the gums, nose, etc. There are various types of infections which includes infective lesions of mouth and throat, anal, rectal and vaginal ulcerations, respiratory tract infections, bronchitis, pneumonia and skin, which includes cellulitis. So the infections, we have infective lesions of the mouth and throat, anal, rectal and vaginal ulcerations, respiratory tract infections, bronchitis, pneumonia, and in skin we have cellulitis. The symptoms of cellular hyperviscosity, because of the increased WBCs, there will be cellular hyperviscosity, and the symptoms includes headache, convulsions, fits, focal neurological signs which includes coma, tissue deposits of the leukemic cells, and gum hypertrophy. There will be other symptoms of lymphadenopathy and hepatosplenomegaly, organ failure like renal failures. There will be bone pains which are very common. We have osteolytic bone lesions and pathological fractures. So the symptoms of cellular hyperviscosity will include headache, confusion, fits, focal neurological signs and coma. There will be tissue deposits of leukemic cells, gum hypertrophy, lymphadenopathy and hepatosplenomegaly. Organ failure which includes renal failure, bony pains are common with osteolytic bone lesions, pathological fractures, constitutional symptoms which includes fever, malaise and prostration. So there are certain constitutional symptoms which includes fever, prostration and malaise. Now what are the various investigations that could be done in the case of acute leukemia? The investigation will be divided into two parts, one for the AML and the second one for the ALL. In the AML, the total WBC count will be greater than 5 lakh per cubic millimeter. The peripheral blood film, there will be increased number of typical or atypical myeloblast. Air rods are present in cytoplasm. In the bone marrow, there will be greater than 30% of the blast cells. Marrow is entirely replaced by myelocyte, myeloblast and promyelocytes. So in the bone marrow, there will be greater than 30% of the blast cells, the marrow entirely replaced by myeloblast and promyelocytes. There will be positive Sudan-Black reaction. In the ALL, there will be total WBC count will be greater than 50,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. The bone marrow will be hypercellular with depression of normal erythropoiesis and granulopoiesis. In comparison to myeloblastic leukemia, the nuclei are round, the cells are smaller, the nuclear cytoplasmic ratio is higher and number of nucleoli are fewer. Management of acute leukemia. In the management of acute leukemia, chemotherapy is given. Chemotherapy is conducted in 3 phases. We have first induction, second is consolidation, and the third one is the maintenance therapy. So in the induction, I will again repeat the 3 phases: induction, consolidation and maintenance phase. In the induction phase, there is high dose of chemotherapy to reduce the leukemic cells below the level of morphological detection. So in induction phase, there is high dose of chemotherapy is given. In the consolidation phase, there is another dose of chemotherapy to further reduce the leukemic burden. And the third phase is the maintenance therapy, in which the low dose of chemotherapy is administered for the period of 18 months to 2 years. So in induction phase, there is high dose of chemotherapy. Consolidation phase, another dose of chemotherapy to further reduce leukemic burden. And the third one is maintenance therapy with a low dose of chemotherapy administered for a period of 18 months to 2 years. Bone marrow transplantation can be done in the cases who do not respond to the chemotherapy. Supportive care for anemia includes transfusion of the RBC or platelets, induction with a good nursing care, isolation and antibiotics. So this was all about acute leukemia. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss about the chronic leukemia. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you have understood the lecture properly. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box and I'll try to resolve it. So this was all for today. Thank you very much. Have a good day.